right elbow. Of course, that's his throwing arm. The problem started in the first half. The game cameras captured Roethlisberger grabbing his arm after a couple of passes. He went into the locker room before halftime and did not play in the second half. He was on the sidelines, and the team is bracing for the possibility that Ben could miss some playing time.
The experience that we'll be missing from him, it'll be different, but it's going to be hard for him to, not have football if he's not in here next week. And so, but it'll be something that I know a lot of guys, look forward to, coming alongside of him and embracing him and being with him.
We're going to bring you any updates on Ben's arm as we get them. Meantime, we want you to know that what you think of Mason Rudolph in his NFL debut. Rate Mason Rudolph's performance on a 5-star system, with 5 being the highest, in our UPMC Sports Medicine Black and Gold poll. Do it right now at WPXI.com/vote now. I'm Albie Oxenreiter, Channel 11.
Ben Roethlisberger out for the season. He hurt his right elbow in the first half of yesterday's home opener.
Yeah, he is set to have surgery on that elbow. Channel 11 Sports Director Albie Oxenreiter joins us live now on the phone with the breaking details. This all just came out a few minutes ago, Albie.
Hey, Gordon. Of the Steelers, this is their franchise quarterback who's been such an integral part of their success over the last 15-plus seasons. Ben Roethlisberger, in a statement from Mike Tomlin within the last 10 minutes, he says Ben Roethlisberger has an MRI on his right elbow Sunday evening. It was determined by the Steelers medical team that surgery will be required. We expect the surgery will be scheduled for this week. He will be placed on our reserve injured list and is out for the season. So let's take you back to yesterday's game. Near the end of the first half, Roethlisberger threw 2 passes and was grabbing at his throwing elbow in obvious pain. It's similar to what you would see if the pitcher threw a ball and threw a pitch and then reached for his elbow. Clearly there was something wrong. Adding more concern to this injury was the fact that it was a non-contact injury. If a player's hit as he releases the ball, well, obviously the injury could come from that hit. But this was a non-contact injury, which led everybody to believe, without wanting to speculate, that it was a serious situation. And we now know that it is. Ben Roethlisberger out for the season. And if I could go a step further, at Ben's age and with what's required with the recovery from an injury like this, this could certainly be the end of an era for the Steelers and the end of a very successful era under Ben Roethlisberger. I don't think it's a stretch to say that Ben Roethlisberger's career at this point is in question, to say the least.
All right, Albie, do we expect any more information to come out today?
Not necessarily from Mike Tomlin or the Steelers management. We are expecting to talk to some players about an hour from now. We'll have reaction online and also on air. Stay tuned to our social media platforms as well as we bring you the latest on Ben Roethlisberger out for the season. He will require surgery on his right elbow. And we'll have reaction to all this all day and then straight through the 90 from 5 to 6:30 tonight.
All right, Sports Director Albie Oxenreiter, thank you very much for that update. And like Albie said, as soon as we get any new information on Ben and his injury and this surgery, we're going to break back in during this newscast. You'll also get breaking news alerts from our Channel 11 news app.
Alrighty guys, it's week 3. Today is Saturday, September 21st, and as you can kind of tell, I've got a cold, my nose is stuffed up, and my voice is a little raspier than usual, so I'm going to try to make this one quick, but it's hard to kind of make it quick considering what's happened in the last week. We found out that Ben Roethlisberger has a serious elbow injury that's going to keep him out for the rest of the season. Some people speculate that maybe we've seen the end of him, but I don't think so. I think, considering how tough he's been in the last couple of years when it comes to injuries, I think he'll be fine. Mason Rudolph came in during the Seattle game, did pretty well, but unfortunately they didn't get the win. They're 0-2 to start the season, which is the first time they've been 0-2 since 2013. So going into this game coming up, we've got the San Francisco 49ers, and that means Mason Rudolph's going to make his first start in the NFL. Devlin Hodges is his new backup quarterback, and they signed Paxton Lynch, the former first-round pick for the Denver Broncos. He was with the Seattle Seahawks as well, to the practice squad. So it's a weird situation that is happening right now, because they're right now, as of recording this, it's about 11 o'clock. They're already on the way to San Francisco right now for the game, which is the 4:25 start tomorrow. And like I said before, in the preseason, I think the 49ers were going to be a really good football team. But I thought they were going to be a really competitive football team. They're 2-0 as of right now, so they're proving that point. They beat the Cincinnati pretty good last week, 41-17. This is going to be a tough game for the Steelers to try to win, especially with everything going against them. Not even with the quarterbacks, but the fact that they're going to the West Coast where they haven't been that good the last couple of years. The last 6 appearances in the West Coast, they've only won one time, and that was against the then San Diego Chargers back in 2015. And even then, they won it on a last-second play with Le'Veon Bell in the Wildcat formation, which is a great play that you can usually watch over and over again and appreciate. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game for the Steelers to win, honestly. And it's interesting. It's weird that this is happening. This whole thing is happening 15 years after Ben Roethlisberger made his NFL debut. Because if you remember, 15 years ago, this past Thursday, Steelers were in Baltimore. Tommy Maddox gets injured, and then this rookie Ben Roethlisberger comes in, doesn't win the game, but he goes on to win his next 13 starts, takes the team to the AFC Championship game where they lost to New England. He won his first 15 starts, and then, of course, we all know what happened from there. And there are a lot of parallels from a lot of people thinking that this is going to happen again with Mason Rudolph, and I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think Mason Rudolph can be a really good quarterback in the NFL, but there's going to be some tough games coming up for the Steelers to kind of work around with here. But then again, maybe it's a good thing, because, let's be honest, the Steelers were kind of iffy until Mason Rudolph came in there. Once Mason Rudolph came into the game on last Sunday against Seattle, they got pretty good. They finally started to look like the Steelers that we thought they were going to be. So maybe this is a good thing. But in terms of my prediction going into this game, I don't think the Steelers are going to win this game in particular. I think they're unfortunately going to go to 0-3. San Francisco right now looks like a pretty good team going forward. As long as Jimmy Garoppolo can stay healthy, that defense is becoming really good. They got Nick Bosa, they got Richard Sherman. That offense is starting to come together. Got a good running back core, got a good young wide receiver core to work with. So, yeah, I think San Francisco's going to win this game. I think next week against Cincinnati is a must-win game for Pittsburgh, because I really don't think, because Cincinnati is going to be in that same situation too. It's going to be a battle of 0-3 teams on Monday Night Football, I think, because I don't think Buffalo's going to lose to Cincinnati. I really don't think they are, because they're actually doing pretty good right now. So, in terms of this game in particular, I'm going to say the 49ers are going to win, but I'm curious to see what Mason Rudolph can do. Maybe he'll surprise everybody. Maybe the Steelers will actually get off this West Coast snide. Maybe the coaching staff will actually have a decent plan going forward. Because if you look at the last couple of games, whenever they lose to these inferior teams, it seems like they're using the same playbooks from the last time they played them. Specifically on the defensive side of things, the defensive coaches, I don't think really understand the point of, if you use the same plays, the same plan over again, the other team is going to eventually figure out how to stop you from doing that. Hopefully with Mason Rudolph now and there, they can kind of change it up. They can kind of give him free range to kind of do what he wants, but make it simpler for him to really do his work. And I hope that that's another thing that happened in the last week. We traded our first round pick next year to get Minka Fitzpatrick for the Miami Dolphins, which should tell you that the Steelers are not giving up on the season yet, which they shouldn't, because we still got 14 more weeks left. So with that defense now, you got 8 first-round picks in there. You have to do something with it. You really have to do something with this core that you got there. If Keith Butler can't do that this week, and especially next week, then you got to let him go. Like, you got to get rid of him, because he is not holding on to his job well at all. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think the 49ers are going to win this one. Hopefully the Steelers make it close, but I predict the San Francisco victory this time around. What a waste.
We have a new leader in our Beat the Bus Challenge. Take note, Jerome.
Yes.
I'm the new leader.
Unbelievable.
It won't last long, trust me.
I hope not.
Chase was 1-3 last week. He fell into a second-place tie with you, Jerome. I was 3-1 on my picks, so I'm up by a game now. Let's get started big. Steelers at the Niners. Who do you like?
I'm going with the 49ers, unfortunately. I don't like to do this, but in this particular situation, I think the Steelers are still trying to find themselves. Offensively, they don't know really what they have. I think it's going to be a tough road. I think they'll eventually get some points on the board, but I think it's going to be too little too late. I think the 49ers winning a close one.
All right. Believe it or not, you're the only one going to San Francisco. Chase and I both have the Steelers. If you're going to bet against the line through FanDuel Sportsbook, the line is 49ers by 7 as of this show taping. Ravens take their 2-0 record to Kansas City in Arrowhead Stadium. All 3 of us have the Chiefs. The FanDuel Sportsbook line is Chiefs by 6. Rams coming east to take on the Browns. All 3 of us love LA, taking the Rams. The FanDuel Sportsbook line is Rams by 3. And finally, Bengals at the Bills. We all have Buffalo for the win. The FanDuel Sportsbook line, as of our show taping, has the Bills as the 6-point favorite. Check sportsbook.fanduel.com for the
Pepsi picks. We'll go out to the Bay Area first. Rich Walsh, your pick of the day is...
Bob, the one thing I love about coming to California, In-N-Out Burger. The one thing I don't love about coming to this state, the Steelers always lose here. I think that changes today. I have a good feeling about this game. I think the Steelers win 24-20. I can't see them starting 0-3 this season.
Matt, neither can I. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pick the Steelers 27-21. It should be a good game, but desperation sets in. That has to. Charlie, your pick.
Listen, this team will be competitive heading out to the 49ers, but one thing that concerns me, they didn't win with Ben Roethlisberger. Will they do it today? I'm unsure. But when I do pick against the Steelers, they win. So today, I'm picking the Steelers to lose 27-24.
Ed.
Bob, I think the 49ers are too balanced on offense. Rushed 357 yards, 4.8 yards a carry. I don't think they'll be able to stop tight end George Kittle. I have it 30-24 San Francisco.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. There are your Pepsi picks for the day, and we'll see what happens next week. I'm not off to a good start, neither is Charlie. We'll try to rebound. Hey, we have a big day of football coming up, beginning with
San Francisco 49ers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we welcome you to Santa Clara. How he's going to get it done? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won the toss, and they will defer, which means the 49ers will get their hands on the football first. The Niners with wins over Tampa Bay and over Cincinnati, and both of those on the road. This is their home opener up against the 0-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. Richie James is deep, and we are underway. This will be returned. It'll begin at 25. Well, 3 plays in a row. All 3 plays look the same. With the first play was a handoff to the back. The next 2 were fakes to the wide receiver going around. This time, instead of throwing the backside route to Kittle, they try setting up the screen. A little bit behind Brenda, but he pops that ball up in the air. TJ Watt is in position to take it the other way. Stephon Tuitt looked like he came really close to maybe getting a fingertip on that ball.
Nice. Real nice.
So the turn free, James Conner didn't practice most of the week. Didn't practice Friday. Suffered a sore knee from his last outing. Rudolph to throw. That's a short one over the middle, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to handle this today. 2nd and 10. Quick pass to the near side. That goes nowhere.
3rd and 12.
Samuels in the backfield on 3rd and 12. Now he's flanked to the near side. Short pass is complete. Smith-Schuster
At least he got it in field goal range.
Pittsburgh Steelers team hungry for a win after an 0-2 start. This is Chris Boswell from 46 yards. And it is good.
And we're on the board. They did it again. Minka Fitzpatrick.
Fresh onto the Steelers from the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
And as soon as that move was made, Mike Tomlin said, he's our starting free safety.
Keep an eye coming off the edge. That's where the pressure comes after the play fake. He has to throw the ball early. Garoppolo wants
Another
to
tip,
sit there
too.
way longer, but because
First one
that
was
pressure
tipped.
coming in,
Come on, Steelers. Actually do something with this.
First down, Pittsburgh. At the San Francisco 24. Quick pass to the outside. James Washington. Out of bounds.
Might have jumped early, but
49ers, Robert Saleh has got his hands full now with the field position that he's been dealt with. But I love the expression that they like to use on defense. It's all gas, no break. They like to be aggressive and get upfield.
James Conner. Just inside the 15. One more thing on Minka.
And we're all wrong. Everybody's on the same page. They were on that last pass play where Fitzpatrick got the interception.
First down, Pittsburgh at the 13. Rudolph, end zone, incomplete.
Juju's on the offensive line, running backs, receivers, the defense getting field position, getting turnovers. This will define how you move as a team moving forward.
Rudolph, no screen for Conner. Conner to about the 8.
But you can see that message has come through to this team as the way they've started off here today.
3rd and 6.
come on. Get into the end zone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Run, run!
Quick screen to the wide receivers.
Got another field goal here.
Line to get upfield and throw the dump-off screens underneath to the running backs. Hasn't been a lot of sitting in the pocket.
At least an attempt.
That time at 3rd and 6, he had to hold on to it and the pressure got to him.
Chris Boswell from 26 yards out.
We got the lead. 6-0.
2:04 to play here in the first quarter.
And that's where we are at the half. San Francisco going down the field.
Turnovers and a very
6-0 Pittsburgh.
6-0 Steelers. That time getting some simple
3rd turnover with Devin Bush. This time with a pick.
Mason Rudolph so far. Don't you think that helped throw him the whole playbook?
Come on, Mason. Get something going here.
His decision-making, where he's going with the football, it's not a lot of stand back there and make the reads and corrections.
Oh, he almost had it laid open.
Just went off right there, but having him part of this offense and helping out Mason Rudolph today is going to be vital.
Jalen Sanders replaces him in the backfield on 2nd and 6. Rudolph with time, throwing, and through his intended receiver.
Vance McDonald.
The struggles the Steelers have had on 3rd down throughout the entire season, only 25%. The first game, 27% last week. So far today, no
Don't worry about a big play. Just get a first down.
3rd and 6. This time to the near side.
Oh,
Is incomplete. That's unbelievable.
4th turnover today for the 49ers. Wow.
Recovery by Devin Bush.
Wow.
This time it appears to be a missed exchange as we see Garoppolo. The ball hits the bottom hand.
There it is.
He never gets control of it. And Bush
Devin
recovers.
Bush again.
It's a nightmare for Kyle Shanahan.
Wow. 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers. And they lost the game. I don't get it. I don't get it. This team. I just don't get it. Like, they came so close to winning it. And it just didn't work. I don't know. I just don't know. Well, at least there's some good news. They play Cincinnati next week, which are who are 0-3 as well. But knowing this team, they'll probably just use the same play they used when Marvin Lewis was the head coach. That's why they lost the game today. Because I swear to God, Keith Butler, he sucks. He sucks as a defensive coordinator. I knew it for so many years, but now I finally realized it. Like, you cannot be conservative in the fourth quarter the way they have been every single game this season. You just can't do that. That's not going to win you games. They were leading this game 20-17. And instead of stopping them stopping them, they just didn't do anything. They just let them score the touchdown. They got the ball back. Didn't do anything. Randy Fichtner should also be under the gun too, because his conservative play calling on that last drive was ridiculous. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Like, I knew they were probably going to lose this game, but to be that close and to lose this game, that's just too much. Like, you have to get it together next week. You cannot let Cincinnati beat you at home. If they do that, then they got to get rid of people. That's what's got to happen. Keith Butler cannot be the defensive coordinator from here on out. Randy Fichtner, he's on hot water right now. It's just I'm done. Good night.